We have two discussion items on the agenda. Mr. Farah, Operation OpenGov.com.
Yes, this is something you've seen appear in my finance report a number of times, and I'm happy to say that we're finally got the data input and up and running, and I'll talk to you a little bit more at the end of the presentation about the plans for the future for this particular product. But this will hopefully go live on our website tomorrow. I've been waiting to put it on the website until I had a chance to get in front of you all. But essentially what we've done is upload 5 years worth of actual budget numbers into this, and we'll continue to do so in future years so that you have an even wider breadth of data available to you. And essentially all it is a data dump from our general ledger into these folks' system, but what it does is provide us the opportunity to show people pictorially and in a number of different ways the budget. There's a lot of people who aren't spreadsheet people like me. I live and work that. I love it, but I understand that is not for everyone. So we're hoping that this will give citizens, council, anyone who may want it, the chance to see things a little bit differently. So what we have here, you can see in front of you is just charts of the town's budget over the past 5 years. You can see the various departments. We're under expenses at the moment, so that we're going to be on the expenditure side of the ledger. And it allows you just to keep drilling down as you want to get more and more information. Let's say we really want to know about, let's say, administration. So we're going to drill down into administration. You can see the various departments that make up administration. As you hover over things, you can see the 5-year actuals for that department as they're all put together. If you're over here, we've got some options to look at it a little bit differently. You can see the sum total. You can see it as a line graph. You can see it as a pie graph. And in the pie graph, you can kind of change it over years to see where the expenses are going and changing over time. And then if you're like me, you can just scroll down into the spreadsheet. So going back to the original, and you can even drill down further. We'll go into the treasurer's office. So you get into the whole, and then you go over to the drop down and you can go by expense type. So within the treasurer's office, you can see we separate things into personnel, contract services, and other commodities. You may remember that from the budget. And then even further, you can go into what makes up personnel, regular wages, hospital medical plans, VRS, FICA, all those things. So it really allows people to drill down to the line item level of the budget and see what's going on. Other great things about this before I head over to revenue, if you are really excited about the town or really negative on the town, you can share this on Facebook and say whatever you want about it. You can go to Google+, Twitter, or you can email it to people. At the same time, you can download it into a table, you can download it to a spreadsheet, so you can actually do pictorial things and send it to people, manipulate the data yourself if you like. It's not just our data, it's free and open to the public. You can take it as a spreadsheet and do what you will with it. So we're pretty excited about it, but then just to give you a little bit of a look on the revenue side, we'll reset and go back to the very beginning. And if you hit revenues, you'll see the 4 categories that we, at least in finance, separate our revenues into. And you can see local sources, which is always our biggest. That'll break down. You can look at meals tax, you can look at property taxes, all those. You can spread them any way you want. Over time, you can see what portion of our budget is meals tax really making up. Do all the same things with downloading it, dropping it into Excel, anything you may like. So just wanted to introduce you to this. It's something that I'm really excited about. This is what we have right now. I'm going to tell you my report later. The auditors come on Monday to look at FY14. So as soon as we get those books closed, we'll dump FY14 in here. And a module that is included in it that we just haven't quite had the time to get to yet is also they allow you to dump in the budget for the current year. And then also monthlies. So as we close each month, people can kind of track how we're doing actual to budget. So it really does put all of our financial data out there for people to see and work with and ask us questions about and hopefully see in a way that may be more friendly to what they're used to than what I'm used to. So happy to take any questions, and if you want to play with it later, it'll be live on the town site as of tomorrow. So.
And you said it'll be cumulative as we add more years to it?
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, every question I ever ask you always involves some sort of work for you.
I'll get my pen.
But I was wondering, is it possible to go back 1 year 2007 is like the baseline before the economic crisis.
I
right?
see where you're going, yep.
And I've just, ever since I've been on council, and every time we sit down and talk about the budget, I'm always trying to normalize it back against what at least normal was once thought to be, although
Yeah.
we don't know
Yeah.
what it is now.
To answer your question, yes, that's possible, and we'll do it.
And it does mean more work for you.
It does, but we need to get, the hardest part of this whole process, getting this up and running, was getting our data to transfer into their system more smoothly. And I'd like another opportunity to do that before we put FY14 in, so it works out well. That's fine.
Okay, and it's not a priority, but I'm just one person.
That's helpful. We'll definitely do it. Yep.
asking, so.
Any other questions? All right.
Looks like an excellent system.
It really does. That's impressive.